Hey, what's up YouTube? It's iAzerXD here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my post-Maximum Crisis DDD deck profile. Now, this is a build I plan to take to the UK Nationals on the 10th of June. There might be a few changes to it, but we'll just see how it goes and see if any more decks come into the meta which could give it trouble. But right now, it's a pretty solid build, and it does actually focus quite a bit on synchro summoning now with the new addition of DD Ghost. But without any further ado, we'll get cracking. So right off the bat, we have two new cards which came out in Maximum Crisis, and that is two copies of DD Ghost, a level 2 tuner, and when it's sent to graveyard you can send another copy of another DD card from your main deck to the graveyard. And then it's got this pretty sweet ability that when it's banished, you can return one of your banished DD cards back to your graveyard, so like a Necro Slime or a Lamia. So yeah, it's really good. Run it at 2 and you can actually combo it off with Allure of Darkness too. Then we've got Free Swirl. It's staple, lets you fusion from hand, and you want to see this in your opening hand as quickly as possible. Free Necro, pretty much same as Swirl, but it lets you fuse from a graveyard by banishing itself and a material. So you want to run it at 3 just so you can see it in your opening hand. Then we have 3 copies of DD Lamia. Again, staple, you want to see this as quickly as possible. It is possible to knock this down to 2, but I prefer it at 3 just because it suits my playing style very well. Next we have the Pendulum Monsters. So that's 3 copies of DD Savant Kepler. He's your searcher for your searcher. It lets you search any dark contract, and it's a scale 10 if you feel the need to pendulum summon. Next we have 3 copies of DDD Oblivion King Ragnarok. So this guy is undoubtedly one of the best cards in the deck. Just simply for the fact that, you know, it's easy to bring out level 8, pretty neat ability to tribute one and banish one monster your opponent controls. And also that when it's normal or special summoned, you special summon any DDD from the graveyard. So that's like your Siegfried, your Kaliuga, your Banewolf, or even another copy of this. So this is the best card in the deck in my personal opinion, and it's actually very easy to get out if it's in your hand just by banishing a Swirl from your graveyard. Next we play the 2 Savant Thomas. This is just, you can bring it out the same way you bring out the Ragnarok, and you can pop a scale to then special a Ragnarok, and it's just an easy rank 8 play. So running that at 2 is optimal. Next we have 2 copies of Savant Copernicus. This is just basically your Foolish Burial on normal or special summon. I knocked this down to 2 to make room for the Ghost, but I'm not going to lie, I do tend to banish this quite a bit off Desires, so I rarely ever resolve the effect. And then we have 2 one-off DDs. That's Orpheus and Leonidas. So this can pop spell or traps once per turn. And this is just a free special summon when you take damage from your contract. And as well as it being a level 7, it makes it easier to synchro into your 8s. And then the last 3 monsters of the deck is Maxi, because Maxi is Maxi. And then we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Undoubtedly one of the best hand traps in the game right now, just behind Maxi. I mean, it can negate so many things, and it's always a side out if you want to take, if you want to take first on your second or third game. So an easy side out and just a really powerful card in general. So moving on to spell cards, we have 3 copies of Dark Contract with a Gate. That's pretty standard. You search for any DD card. Then we have 2 copies of Swamp King. Because I run a few more fusions as opposed to the previous build, I bumped this up to 2, and I don't particularly want to banish it off Pot of Desires anyway. Next we have 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. You just want to draw as much as possible. And it doesn't help that the deck is all dark monsters. 2 Desires. 3 is way too many and 1 is never enough, so 2 is the best option to go with. And then we have 1 Foolish Burial, so you can pitch your Slimes or even your Ghost now. But yep, great to 1, and then obviously 1 for 1, so you get your Kepler out quicker. And then we run 2 traps in this build, and that is quite literally just 2 strikes and only 1 is ultimate rare. But yeah, that's the main deck, guys. Bang on 40 this time. I got sick of playing 42 cards, so I figured I'd knock it down a little bit. And it is just that tiny bit more consistent. So going on to the extra deck, we have 2 D-Arc, 2 Genghis, and then the 1 Bane Wolf. So this is really powerful. On your standby phase, you can nuke all spell and trap cards in a spell and trap card zone, and it allows all your DDs to do piercing damage. Genghis is pretty standard. Just special summon another one from graveyard, or rather another DD card if a DD is special summoned. And then D-Arc's your nice level 7 2/8 beta, which means it allows you to gain life points if you would take it from effects, so you don't overly burn off your contracts. Next, onto the Synchro lineup, we have a Formula Synchron, Alexander, Siegfried for spell or trap negation, Omega because why not, Omega's great, 1 Scarlight because obviously you can just combo it off and make it with D-Arc and a Lamia. So yeah, really good, powerful effect too. Then we have the 1 Crystal Wing, the 1 Beals, and that's your out to Masterpiece most of the time. Really good card. To be honest, the Crystal Wing and the Alexander may get cut soon, because the only way to bring out the Crystal Wing is to bring out the Alexander first. And the only reason they're currently in the extra deck right now is because of a 3 card combo you can make with Swill Slime, Necro Slime and Lamia. But I may even take these out before I go to UK Nationals, but this is what I've currently got in right now. Then we have 1 Vermilion Mech. It combos very nicely with your DD Ghost, and it's quite easy to make, you know, using your DD Ghost. And then the last 2 cards we play is 1 Hope Harbinger and 1 Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is an amazing card. To be honest, I find myself going into this more than I ever go into this, so this could be something to cut out if I need to, but it's currently in there because it is such a good card itself. So that's the extra deck, guys. I'll quickly just go through what my side deck is, just so you guys have a general idea what to play. We have double Artifact Lancia. This helps against the Dino matchup, you know, just stop them from banishing the card so they can't get that Ultimate Conductor out. Of course, it doesn't particularly stop them getting the True King of Calamities out, but it's decent. Next we play 2 Ghost Ogre. Pretty good card. To be honest, I'd rather cut this out and not run it at all. I'd probably just run a 3rd strike in here and something else, because I don't actually find myself siding this in. Then we have double DD Crow, one of the best cards in the meta right now. Just banishing 1 card in your opponent's graveyard is just really overpowered. Then we have Board Wipes, Raigeki, and double Dark Hole, because, you know, Board Wipes are they're kind of needed right now. I'll only ever side these in if I go second. I don't main deck any Board Wipes just because there's no need to. You have so much protection nowadays that it's just something you side in going second. Next I have 2 copies of Galaxy Cyclone. Really good against the True King matchup. Or the True Draco matchup, sorry. And it's quite good against the Pendulum and Paleo too. I'd like a 3rd copy of this to side, but unfortunately I don't have one. Then we have 1 Dark Contract with Errors. Now this is my answer to most Paleo matchups, and it's searchable off your Kepler too. So it's in there at 1. And then lastly we have Triple D Barrier, because that shit's still broken, and it will be broken up until Link format hits. So anyway guys, that is my DD deck profile for the coming up June 2017 format. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can improve this deck for when I take it to UK Nationals, by all means drop me a comment in the section below. And if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully my updates won't be so far apart. Anyway guys, this is iAzraXD signing off.